I'm Mark Chussil, founder of Advanced Competitive Strategies. Together with my colleague Ben Gilad, founder of the Academy of Competitive Intelligence, we are the partners in a joint venture called Sync Strategy. Now, do you think there is a secret of training for competitiveness, or do you think it is a straightforward matter of just getting an MBA and learning how to use an Excel spreadsheet? The answer is it is not straightforward and easy. And the biggest reason it's not straightforward and easy is that it is the most underdeveloped skill in corporate training programs, executive development programs, and other programs companies use to raise the performance of their managers and executives. But it is a skill, and like other skills, it can be learned. We're going to give you a taste of that, and we are going to reveal the secret. According to the Harvard Business School's survey of competitiveness, 86% of American firms deploy training to raise their employees' competitiveness. If you're in the USA, your company is probably one of them. If you've got American competitors, your company is probably competing against them. Now, the $64 billion question is it working? If you think your company has nailed down the skills required to compete superbly, you do not need to watch this video any further. We're happy for you. We actually envy you because it means your company and your job are secure, prosperous, and unchallenged. But if you are like most managers and most companies we know, the answer is no, it's not working as well as it should. The reason is no one is helping you or your peers or your bosses learn how to compete. And that's a fact, as we will demonstrate. So, take our test. What do you have to lose? Just watch the next few slides and then answer one question. This graph covers the stock price for a real company. You have heard of the company. I'm not going to tell you who it is now, but I will tell you later. Please note that month 0 refers to when the graph begins. The company itself had been in existence for some years before that. This is a longer view of the company's stock price performance extended to 24 months. And here is a view of 48 months. Stay with us, the history lesson is almost over. And yes, what you see will be on the one-question test. This is the roller coaster over 84 months, 7 years. It's not very different from many other companies, right? Possibly including yours. Now think about your reactions as we extended the time period. Your assessment of this company probably changed a few times. Naturally, more data give us a better sense of what's going on, right? Well, the question is actually a bit more subtle. You see the company's stock price declining quite dramatically over time, but why? Here's why. A new competitor entered their market. Now, many executives, especially of large companies with huge economies of scale, or strong brands, or great technology and IP, think that there are insurmountable barriers to entry and no one would dare come in. We are big and strong. The simple truth is, though, unless there is some kind of law of physics or law of government that's blocking competition, you should assume that the welcome mat is always out. We know you're still waiting for the test question. Get ready. Give us a drum roll, please. When did the new competitor enter? That's the test question. At what month did the new competitor come into the market? Did they come in at month 27, month 36, month 48, some other time? What do you think? Well, actually the competitor entered 16 months before the graph began. So, one thing we can conclude right here, although it is not our main message, is that classic performance indicators, the ones that managers and executives follow obsessively, do not reveal what's happening out there in the market. Extending the graph to 12 years, well, it can be devastating to rely on performance indicators to make decisions instead of looking out the window at what's actually going on in your market. We're not being dramatic. We mean devastating. This company went bankrupt. For extra credit on the test, identify the company and the entrant. Here's a hint. You're right. The company was Blockbuster and the new entrant was Netflix. So what happened at Blockbuster? Was it managed badly? No. Blockbuster was managed very well. As Netflix started its climb and Blockbuster saw some indication of sales going down, it surely tightened its operations. A drive for efficiency often satisfies the need to do something to maintain or resurrect performance, and it even seems to work for a while. I mean, Blockbuster's stock price went up for almost 5 years after Netflix entered the market. But efficiency isn't competing. It's not fixing the leak, it's just pumping out the red ink that's seeping in, then flowing in, and then gushing in. Think of what Blockbuster could have done if they had competed well instead of managed well. They could have become Netflix. But beyond the ineffective response to challenges in the competitive landscape, the more important lesson is that the internal training of managers and executives isn't always working. Blockbuster surely hired the best talent around, people with high IQs and experience in big, impressive companies. Its internal training people most likely brought in the best executive development programs, and its managers most likely went through teamwork, communications workshops, 360-degree assessments, leadership development, and all that jazz. Unless, of course, cost cutting made them stop their training altogether. The thing is, they wanted to succeed. So we ask again, is it working? Almost all training and development efforts in corporations today are geared toward increasing efficiency and productivity. Working together better is good, but it's just not enough. Learning how to compete better is different from learning how to work together better. If you are an executive, you need to ask yourself if your company is doing enough on that crucial skill, because if it does not, all its other development and training activities won't save the company. So here is the secret of competitiveness that we promised you at the start. The most critical skill in learning to compete is the skill of seeing the world through other parties' eyes. This is where the vast majority of companies fall short, way short. We know because we've seen it in the hundreds of business war games we've run with many thousands of managers on 6 continents. We are the world leaders in teaching this critical skill. Learning to compete is the skill your company must foster. We know how to teach it. We promise no jungle outings, no sports metaphors, no motivational coaching, just pure, unadulterated strategic thinking for a competitive world. Contact us at info@syncstrategy.com. Thank you.